Hi there! Yep, I'm still here. I'm wondering how many more puzzle pieces I need to collect before I can make my way out. I'm in the middle of solving the next riddle, and I'd love your help. You've been working hard on strengthening your equation solving skills, and I can already tell we'll need to put those skills to work to make it through this next challenge. Let's get started. Okay, check out this riddle. 4 boxes alike sit neat and square, holding their secrets hidden with care. One will reveal the puzzle inside. You've one chance to choose, so try to be wise. Solve these equations to pick the right one, and if you're correct, you've only begun. Use the 3 answers to write something new. The final solution will be your best clue. Take a look at these equations. We've got our work cut out for us, but I know we can do it. Take a few seconds and consider the first equation. 5 times the quantity W minus 2 equals negative 3 times the quantity W plus 2. Based on your work in the last few lessons, I think you're ready to try this out on your own. Pause the video here and solve this equation for W. When you're ready, come back and check your work with me. Let's see how we did. Since both sides of this equation require simplifying, I like to start on the left and work right. As long as we each completed our steps correctly, we'll end up with the same answer. I started out by distributing this 5, which left me with 5W minus 10 on the left. On the right, I distributed this negative 3. Remember to pay attention to the sign when multiplying or dividing by negative numbers. Negative 3 times W is negative 3W, and negative 3 times 2 is negative 6, which means this expression is simplified as negative 3W minus 6. Since both expressions are simplified, I can begin solving. I have a variable term on each side of the equation, so I'll cancel one of these terms. I chose to add 3W to both sides, which left me with 8W minus 10 equals negative 6. Next, I added 10 to both sides. Negative 6 plus 10 is positive 4, so 8W equals 4. Finally, I divide both sides by 8 to get W equals 4 over 8. How did you simplify this answer? Maybe you divided 4 by 8 and wrote your answer in decimal form as 0.5. Or perhaps you divided the GCF from 4 and 8 and reduced this fraction to 1/2. Either way, you're correct. Great job! That was quite a few steps. So before we could start solving with inverse operations, we had to simplify both sides of that equation. Okay, on to equation 2. Negative 2 times the quantity C plus 1 minus 5C equals 12. Where should we begin? Yep, it looks like the left side of this equation needs to be simplified a bit before we start solving for C. Pause the video now and simplify the expression. The first step to simplifying this expression is to distribute negative 2. That left me with negative 2C minus 2 minus 5C. Negative 2C and negative 5C are like terms, so they can be combined to make negative 7C, resulting in the expression negative 7C minus 2. Now that we've simplified the expression, we're ready to solve. Pause the video here and solve the equation for C. To solve negative 7C minus 2 equals 12, I start by adding 2 to both sides, leaving me with negative 7C equals 14. Then I divide both sides by -7. -7c divided by -7 is just c. And 14 divided by -7 is -2. So c equals -2. Only one more equation to go before we can start working on the rest of the riddle. What do you notice about equation 3? Fractions. Will these fractions change anything about how I approach this problem? No. I'm going to use the same tools I've been using to simplify and solve. If you're feeling confident, pause the video here and try this one on your own. If not, just stick with me. 1/3 times the quantity b plus 27 equals 2/3 b plus 6. Where should we start? Yep, the expression on the left needs to be simplified, so we'll start there. 1/3 times b is 1/3 b, and 1/3 times 27 is 27 over 3. Can 27 over 3 be simplified? Right, 27 and 3 have a GCF of 3, so it simplifies to 9 over 1, or just 9. Now our equation is 1/3 b plus 9 equals 2/3 b plus 6. Are we ready to solve? Yes, let's cancel one of these variable terms. I'm going to subtract 1/3 b from both sides. 2/3 b minus 1/3 b is just 1/3 b. Next, I'll subtract 6 from both sides, leaving me with 3 equals 1/3 b. How do we isolate a variable with a fractional coefficient? Oh yeah, multiply by the reciprocal, which in this case is 3 over 1. So we'll multiply both sides by 3 to find the answer is 9 equals b. Great job! Okay, we have the answers to the first 3 equations. What should we do with them? Good idea. Let's substitute these values into this equation at the bottom. The riddle says, the final solution will be your best clue. Maybe that will tell us which box to choose? Okay, I'll put 9 here, -2 goes here, and 1/2 goes over here. Okay, if you are feeling confident and would like to try this on your own, pause the video here. Otherwise, follow along with me. There's quite a few spots that need to be simplified, so like before, I'll start on the left and work my way to the right. In this first set of parentheses, I'll simplify 9 minus 6 to 3, which means this term just becomes 3x. Next, I'm going to distribute -2 times the quantity x minus 5. I'm going to be very careful when multiplying this negative, so this first term becomes -2x. Since -2 times -5 is +10, we need to write this as +10. The expression on the left now reads 3x minus 2x plus 10. 3x and -2x are like terms, so we can combine them to be 1x. And just like that, we've simplified this expression to x plus 10. On the right, I'll multiply 26 by 1/2. That gives me 26 over 2, which simplifies to 13. Now that both sides are simplified, we can solve for x. Subtract 10 from both sides, and we get x equals 3. Oh, so the puzzle pieces must be in box 3. Wow! Great work today on our biggest challenge yet. Today, we solved equations that needed simplifying on both sides. We also distributed some negative values, keeping a close eye on how our signs change when we're multiplying by a negative. Oh, and we flexed our fraction muscles distributing a fraction, which it turns out is just like distributing any other value. When you finish these guided notes, you can move on to practice levels 1 through 3. And remember, math is everywhere. Keep exploring.
Hey!